What's up? What's up? What's up, Facebook family? If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. All my subscribers, I am thankful and I appreciate you. And I also want to start off this video by sending out love, peace, and light to all of you beautiful beings. Now, today, I want to talk about how I had a successful home birth personally from my experience. So, how I had a successful home birth. So, for one, I had a home birth for my first child. I did not have any midwife, any doula, no medical providers. I didn't even know how far along I was dilated, really. I just knew I was in labor for 26 hours, and he came like 13 hours after my water broke. So, and mind you not, I live in a townhouse. I don't even live in a house. So how was I able to pull this shit off? So first things first, I had to mentally prepare my motherfucking self because but having birth and giving birth and that's like giving birth is like the shortest process of the whole thing. The long process is those fucking contractions. Those are no joke. Now in the beginning, I was like, "Oh, okay, this ain't shit." You feel me? Like I was still walking around. I ate a whole meal while I was in labor. Do I suggest anybody to do that? No. I ate a whole ass meal while in labor, right? And I paid for that because when I was in labor, I was taking the shit and I was having contractions while taking the shit. Oh my god, that's the worst feeling. And that's the worst feeling. And I had like some rice and peas and plantains and cabbage and shit. I was on the toilet, fucked up in labor, having contractions while on the toilet. I was like, why did I do this? Oh my god. So, that's first things first is do not eat while you're in labor. Like maybe have something light, like some fruit, some water. That's all I would suggest. I would not suggest eating no heavy ass shit while you're going to labor because you're gonna pay for that shit later on. So I had bought like a regular Intex pool, right? It wasn't no birthing pool. Birthing pool cost $500, and I was like, what the fuck? So I just bought a regular ass pool and put water in it. I mean, what the fuck? Like, so I just bought me a little pool off Amazon for like $40. I had that in my kitchen, filled it up with water, and like once my water broke is when I start getting in the pool. And my water broke at midnight. So, and he still didn't come for 13 hours later. I'm thinking like after my water break, he's like, oh yeah, that usually come a few hours after your water break. No service. He was not ready. And I also think I induced my labor because the day before I had actually pumped my breast. And then that morning I was in labor. So I think I actually induced my labor by pumping my breast. So a natural way to induce yourself is to pump your breast instead of getting all that medicine to you and your baby. So, yeah, I had a little Intex pool, was in there chilling for a little minute. Then I got out and I was walking around my apartment. I was in a tub. I got in the tub upstairs. Yeah, the hardest part was just going through the contractions because I have my labor video on here and I actually have a video of me giving birth. I will put those two links below. But the hardest part was actually like getting through the contractions and then getting his head out of my vagina, of course. And so as far as the contractions, it's funny because if you watch my labor video, I'm like laughing, talking in between contractions, like, oh, for real, y'all, and da-da-da-da, speaking about politics, all that shit. When that contraction hit, I'm quiet. I had to meditate through those contractions. Because if I did not meditate through those contractions, my ass probably would have been right in the hospital. So every time a contraction came, I told myself, this is just a sensation, it shall pass. This is just a sensation and it shall pass. This is just a sensation and it shall pass. So I was telling myself that, well, I'll take a deep breath for 3 seconds. Hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And then release for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And I kept doing that until the contraction passed. When the contraction passed, then that was cool. It was like nothing happened. So that's number one. So before you go into labor, before you have your baby, before you get ready to have your home birth, I would suggest you practice meditation. Meditation is key. Meditation makes you is levitation. You feel me? Meditation can really help just calm your mind, calm your body. Realize that we're just energy in these physical bodies. That you're really your spirit, your essence, your soul, not necessarily this physical body that a lot of people feel like you're bound to this physical body, but you're really not. You are nothing purely but more, your soul. And so that's what I realized helped me a lot, especially while being in labor for 26 hours. I had to meditate. I had to meditate. I had to relax. I had to I was doing yoga while I was in labor. I had my yoga mat. I ended up having him on my yoga mat. I wanted to have him in the water, but I ended up having him on my yoga mat. And I was doing yoga. I was stretching my body. I had a yoga ball, which wasn't really, they say a birthing ball, but I just got a regular yoga ball from 5 and Below. Blew that up. I was bouncing on that. That was helping me just stretch out my pelvic muscles to loosen up. And also, mind you not, y'all, the last couple months, I wasn't having sex really in my pregnancy. So having sex don't make it easier. Well, I know from my experience, I didn't have sex and I still was able to push him out. So there's nothing that compares to a baby. I don't give a fuck how big a dude dick is. It's still not going to stretch you out enough to get a head out of your pussy and it feel okay. So I was doing yoga majority of my pregnancy. And also, you guys, I ate very healthy when I was pregnant. I ate very healthy. And that is I didn't eat any animal products. And that's so imperative to make sure if you want to have a home birth, make sure you're healthy. Make sure I didn't have any side effects. I didn't have girls' face get fat, their nose get big, their feet be swollen. The only thing I had problem during my pregnancy was I could actually feel my hips spreading, and sometimes it was so bad that I actually couldn't walk and I would actually do yoga and that would help out significantly. But I would say that was probably my biggest vice while being pregnant was actually my hips spreading. But I didn't really have any sickness, and if I did have sickness, I knew it was because I ate out and I ate some bullshit. I'll never forget when I was pregnant, I ate some vegetable fried rice from Chinese people. Why did I do that? I don't know. I was sick for 2 days. I couldn't even hold down water. So, but when I was at home, making my own meals, eating healthy, drinking my smoothies every day, meditating, doing yoga, I was cool. And I ain't gonna lie. Me being 20 years old, my first pregnancy, my first birth, I was kind of nervous. Hey, and everybody was telling me I could not do it. I mean, when I say everybody, I had one close friend of mine who was actually hey, Kayla, you can do this. You got this. You're a goddess. You're dope. You're strong. Don't let nobody push their fears upon you. You got this. All you done been through, this ain't shit compared to what you done been through and who you are. And that friend of mine really just helped me, give birth, encourage me to give birth. So also surround yourself with people who are encouraging, not people who are going to discourage you, people who are going to tell you can't do it, people going to think you crazy. Even my child's father, he was not for me having a home birth at all. He thought I was going to die. He thought it was a terrible idea. He did not want me to do it the slightest bit, and he was just disgusted that that's even what I wanted to do at all. So yeah, that happened. So he was not supportive at all. My mom wasn't supportive. Most of my family members was telling me I shouldn't do it. I need to go to the hospital. It was dangerous. It's unsafe. Because everybody had their, certain things that they had happened during their pregnancy and during their labor and delivery. And but I didn't have any problems. I got his head out on my own. I pushed it. I did everything. I got him out of my vagina on my own. There was nobody in there pulling and tugging on him. Nobody pushing on my stomach. Nobody holding my arms down. Man, my friend showed me her hospital birth and she had her baby natural. And I almost really wanted to cry. I don't know if it's cancer season. That's why I'm feeling all these emotionals. I'm feeling very emotional. I'm feeling, my birthday July 12th coming up in a few weeks. I'll finally be 21. But when I watched that video that she showed me a couple days ago, I almost cried. She had her baby natural. They was holding her arms back like she was in an asylum or something. And then it was pushing really hard on her stomach. And then they actually had their hands in her vagina and they were like pulling the baby out, like, which is very traumatizing for the baby and the mother. She actually said that that birth had traumatized her, and I felt so bad, and this is why I really want to educate women on having a home birth, home childbirth, because I feel like my birth was way better and easier than the birth she had at the hospital natural. Like, when I was looking at that, I was like, I would have been traumatized. For one, why was the nurse or the doctor, whoever the fuck, sticking her hand in her pussy? Like, she can push the baby out herself. Where you don't need to put your hand in her vagina and pull the baby's head. Like, no, she would have got it out perfectly fine. Like, and then as soon as the baby came out, they didn't even do chest to chest. Like, they kind of was just shaking the baby, and they hurry up and cut the umbilical cord, which is the baby's life supply, and how the baby breathe and shit. Like, it was just hella crazy shit. And she had told me at the hospital told her too, like, you can't record, you can only take pictures. But whoever, she still had her friend recorded for her. They ain't know. But man, when I say, I see why they don't want you to record that shit, because that shit is traumatizing. Yeah, they're doing shit they're not supposed to be doing. She could have pushed that lady out on her own. She's strong. She's smart. She could have did that. But they actually was holding her fucking down like she was in jail or some shit, and pushing on her stomach and pulling at the baby all at the same time. I'm just like, oh my God. Then when the baby finally came out, they pulled the baby. They did not, because as soon as I gave birth to him, I don't know if you watched my birthing video, but he got laid right on my chest. And then he started crying. At first when my baby was born, he was not breathing. He was purple. I think most babies come out that way, but he was fine. I never had one doubt in my mind that he was not gonna breathe, or he was gonna be dead, or he was not gonna be okay. Like, I never had one doubt in my mind. He's fine. He's here, sucking on my titty as we speak. So yeah, like, I had watched that shit, and that shit was traumatizing. And me and her, I knew she could have did that shit at home easier, and it would have been more pleasant for her and her baby. She was traumatized, and I'm pretty sure subconsciously her daughter is traumatized as well. So it's just like, these hospitals, y'all, they're sick. They're sick as fuck, and that's the first thing they hurry up and do is cut that umbilical cord. Like, damn, bruh. Don't you know that's that baby's source of life the whole 9 months is in the womb? Like, y'all couldn't even wait, bruh. They don't even birth the placenta before they hurry up and cut that umbilical cord. Yeah, give me that placenta so I can go ahead and make stem cells, do stem cell research, and cure a whole bunch of rich people with your placenta. Ha. They're funny. They didn't get my shit. I buried my shit outside when I was done. After that shit dried up, I buried that shit right outside. I'm not getting this. I'm giving it right back to Mother Nature. Some people say they eat their placenta. Me personally, I just didn't feel comfortable eating something that came out of me. I don't know. I don't judge people for who do it, but I've heard it's really a lot of side effects. But me personally, yeah, I just didn't want to eat my I just didn't want to eat my own placenta. But it was a great experience. And you know, this is really his home. I had him here. He's still here right now. This is his home. This is his place. He didn't have to be born around all those bright lights and all those strange people smacking the baby, shaking the baby, all kind of crazy shit, cutting the umbilical cord, doing all kind of crazy shit to your baby that you're not in control of. And guess what? When I had my baby at home, I was in control of everything that happened. So in order to have a successful home birth, I would suggest you do yoga, eat healthy, do not eat hella bullshit, to make sure that you have a healthy pregnancy. That's number one, to have a healthy pregnancy. Number two is do yoga your whole time pregnancy. It actually helps open up your hips and your vagina so the baby can pass through the canal easier. And also meditation. Meditate while you're pregnant, and make sure you meditate through those contractions, because without that, I'm not gonna say probably, I would have definitely went to the hospital. And I actually had him laying down on a yoga mat. I don't suggest anybody do that, because I actually had popped my tailbone out of place. My tailbone was like all the way, like, you know how it's in the middle usually of your butt crack, and then you got the tailbone right there. My shit was all the way on the right side of my butt cheek. It healed on itself naturally. I still never went to the hospital. Everybody's calling me crazy still. I don't give a fuck, but I'm perfectly fine now. I just did yoga, and it eventually popped back in place, and I'm fine, and it doesn't hurt anymore. But for the first month I had him, I couldn't even really sit back like this. I had to sit up, because when I would put pressure on that, it was popped out of place. And I think it's because when I had him, I shouldn't have been laying. I was laying on the floor, not even on the bed. I was laying on the floor. Like, so I would suggest you guys to like squat and have somebody like hold you up behind, like like you would have to have somebody supporting you behind or like holding on to a pole, because you're not gonna be able to just squat and do that shit on your own while the contractions hit you. You're gonna need like a supportive person to maybe put their arms underneath your underarms like this and hold you up, so you could, because it would have been way easier because gravity could have just pulled the baby down. But I literally had to just push push him out because I was laying on my back. And that's so crazy. That's exactly one of the reasons I didn't go to the hospital, because I didn't want to have him laying on my back, and I ended up doing that shit anyways. But you live and you learn. Next baby, I know better. But yeah, so that's just like from my experience, what made it easier for me to have a home birth, and little tips and a few things that you can do to have an easier home birth. And I also have a link below. It would be great if you guys could donate. I'm actually starting a nonprofit to help women have home births. I didn't have any guidance. I didn't have any midwife. I didn't have any nurse, because my insurance didn't cover it, and I didn't have enough money to pay anybody to be there and help support me. So I was on my own. So I'm starting a nonprofit to help educate women, help women get midwives, help women get some kind of medical professional there to help them in order to have a home birth, because I know in the state of Ohio, insurance does not cover home births. So I'm just, working on different aspects and different ways to help other women in the community have home births without being miseducated, misunderstood, and without feeling like the hospital is the only choice. But I'm out. Peace. Sending out love, peace, and light. If you like this video, please like it below. Turn on that little bell notification, and also subscribe to my channel. I will constantly be posting videos with my update about my life, about me and Osiris, and what we go through every day. And I appreciate all y'all. I appreciate y'all even taking the time out y'all day to listen to me, for real. Stay blessed. Stay peaceful. Keep positive energy, positive things. Oh, and remember, you plan on having a home birth, anybody who doesn't support you having a home birth, just cut them off, because they're going to fuck up your whole energy, your whole feng shui. Cut them the fuck off. I'm out. Peace.